Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mission Control for a feature-focused video. In this video, we're talking about freeform layouts. A new feature of version 16 is freeform layouts. This feature makes it possible to lay out fixtures in a 2D grid, making the selection faster while programming. In addition, a mimic of each fixture is provided to give a visual representation for what the fixtures are doing. This is similar to magic sheets on other platforms. You're also able to use Capture to arrange the layout, allowing for faster use of layouts for use with shapes and effects. In the new Layouts window, you can save multiple layouts with different configurations. These can be moved or copied to the Groups, Fixtures, or Palette windows, as well as executor keys on the console. After creating a new layout, you can open it by clicking and can place the following inside of it: fixtures and cells, groups, playbacks of all types, macros. You can also give it an image background. You can also create a layout by selecting the fixtures or / groups you wish and then tapping on the empty handle in the Layouts window. Fixtures added will have mimics. These will show the state of the fixture with the following: user number, selection state, a white halo when selected. If in the programmer, even with no attributes added to the programmer, will be shown by a light blue bar at the bottom. It'll show the color of the fixture, its dimmer value, a gobo, and will show stacked gobos from multiple wheels. If there's an effect running, this will be shown by a yellow tilde. The dimmer value will be shown in yellow if a dimmer effect is running. An angle arrow denoting its position. These can be turned on or off in the options menu for the layout. The fixture mimics can be arranged in the following manner: manually using the wheels or click and drag, from the context menu in a shape sent by height and width, or from Capture using the top, side, or front projection. This can also be used in the group's layout editor for use with shapes and effects. Pinch to zoom can now be used in this window and the group's layout window. So let's take a look at that. Here I'm on version 16 of Titan on the Titan Go virtual interface. So if I go ahead and double tap the Open/View key and open up my layouts window, I see here I don't have any layouts currently made. So I can make a new one if I want here by simply tapping an empty box. I can give it a name. In this case, I'll name it Main Rig 1 and enter. I can then open it and see that it is blank. We'll go ahead and make a second one. We'll call it Back Wall. And then I'll actually just select our QPix and make a third one. And we see that it made it all QPix panels. If we open that one, we can see that it has our QPix panels in it already. If we open up, and we'll go ahead and hit clear here. If we go ahead and open up one of our other ones, we can see that it's blank. So we'll go ahead and open up our fixtures window. And we'll go ahead and hit copy and select all of our fixtures. And then close our fixture window and then tap in our layout here. So you can see that we've got it put everything in a row. We can also add other fixtures still if you want to. So we'll go ahead and reopen up our fixtures window, and we'll put our dimmers, and we'll select all of those after hitting copy, and also place them in our layout. And we'll show that again with some other fixtures. If we were to, we can also do it to our back wall one here. We'll go ahead and open it, and then we'll view our fixtures, select our back wall, then hit copy, select all of our fixtures, and place them in here. We see to put everything in a line to start with. So we can arrange them in here in different ways. We can take our grid and make it larger if we want to. We can also click on a fixture and then drag it where we want, or select groups of them and move them around as we want. We can also use our wheels after we select them to move them left and right, and up and down, or change their angle. We can see that it's turning the fixtures with a little angle arrow there. Just we zoom in here a little bit and do that again. You can see this little angle arrow on there, show that we've changed the angle of the fixture selection. We can also use pinch to zoom in this window. So if I use my two fingers here, I can actually zoom in and out on my touch screen. If I lock it and then select fixtures, we can see that they now, I also use my scroll wheel, have the blue bar at the bottom showing that they've been selected. Or even if they're deselected, but they have been selected in the programmer. We see right now they have 0 intensity, so they're basically black in their user number. If I was to select them and then go ahead and bring our dimmer up, we can see this now says full. And we see the yellow, move to color. We could take our red out, take our blue out and see that we have green, or in our blue, take away our green, or same thing, red. See that it mimics the color. If we close this layout and we open up our main rig here, we see with our fixtures that have some gobos in them. If we were to unlock it, so we can select them and select them, and we'll give them a locate, and then we go to gobo. You can see that it shows the pattern of the gobo on the mimic. Having a fixture like this, of course, could take a long time to arrange, so if we unlock it, after opening the layout in the context menu, we can choose Arrange Fixtures, press From Capture. Now in the soft keys, we'll have the following options. Projection Equal. This allows you to choose from which direction of the view the editor will arrange from, the top, the side, or the front. Remember, our context menu on the Titan Go, Sapphire Touch, and D9 series is going to be that 4 lines button on the window. On all the other consoles, it's going to be there. Just let the soft keys B, C, and D, where it's circled here on the slide. We'll also have on our soft keys scale. This allows you to choose how the grid will scale. The default is 100%, with 1 meter. This allows you to choose how the grid will scale. The default is 100%, which is equal to 1 meter per grid. Use this to scale the layout compared to your capture layout. You may want to go larger or smaller depending on the effect you wish to achieve. You'll have the all elements or selected elements. You have either lay out all the elements of the layout or just the ones you have selected. Apply will apply the options from above. Apply and exit will apply the options from above and exit the arrange menu. So let's have a look at that. So here we are back with our fixtures that aren't laid out very well at all right now. So we can go ahead and make sure we're unlocked, and then go ahead and enter our context menu, and then choose Arrange Elements. And we'll choose From Capture. Our keys now, we can choose our top projection, our scale. It's set to 200 currently, which means 1 cell equals half a meter, which I feel is about right for this particular set of fixtures. I am to all the elements or just the ones I have selected. I'm going to have apply or apply and exit. I'll go ahead and hit apply. And we can see that it arranged my fixtures for me how they are in my capture visualizer already. I can also have done this and hit apply and exit and see that it automatically exited the menu for me. We can also do this by shape. After the layout, we can go to the context menu again, then arrange fixtures and press shape. Now in soft keys, we'll have the following options. We can set the width, the height. You can have it arranged in rows or columns. We can have it automatically crop the grid to the elements or not. Have it do all the elements or just the selected ones. We can set their shape type to be oval, rectangle, or triangle. And then we can hit OK. We'll apply and exit. So let's have a look at that. So I'll go ahead and close this view here, and go ahead and select our back wall one here. And we'll go ahead and go into our context menu, and then arrange elements, and we'll do it by shape. And I can set it to be how many the width we want to be, what the height. We can have it arranged in rows or in columns. I can have it to crop the grid automatically after it's done, have it do all elements or just selected ones. Choose a shape between rectangle, oval, or triangle, and then we hit OK. So we're going to do our width at, let's do our width at 10, and it automatically sets our height to 4, so how many fixtures we have. And we'll go ahead and do our shape as an oval, and we'll hit OK, and see to put our fixtures into an oval shape for us. Or we could do that again, and have it do a triangle, or one last time as a rectangle. And we'll change our width to be 15, and say OK, and see that it did it like that for us. Or we can, again, since we have a nice capture layout for this, we can do go to arrange elements, from capture, and the 200% works here. This time we'll do it from a front, since these are my fixtures that are arrayed on my back wall, and hit apply and exit, and see it arrange them just like they are in my capture visualizer. Let's talk about other items in our context menu. Open layout. This opens an existing layout or a new one from the soft keys. Locked or unlocked. We can lock or unlock the layout to prevent from accidental arrangement or editing. Crop the grid. Crops the grid to the outer elements. Snap selected elements to the grid. Snaps the selected elements to the grid. Other items in the context menu continued. The wheels, that's how the wheels behave. The wheels can set position and angle or no control. The wheels can move a full or subpixel. The wheels can rotate selection or the individual elements. Zoom to fit zooms the view to fit all elements to the window size. Options, this opens the option menu, and then under the handle tab we can set the handle paging and key profile. Under the layout tab we can set an image background. You can set its scaling, its opacity, and its grid shown or not. Under the elements tab we can turn on or off parts of the mimic's view. We can set the angle arrow on or off, the dimmer level on or off, the mimics on and off, which would be your gobos and colors, and the user number on and off. So let's take a look at some of that. So here we are back on Titan. So if I go into my context menu here, I see I have the open layout. I click that and open one of my other layouts or create a new one if I wish. I can lock or unlock our current one to keep it from accidental editing. I could have it automatically crop the grid. I can have it zoom to fit, so we'll do that real quick and then show. Let's say we had our grid larger or smaller, and then we were to click crop grid. We can see that it automatically recrops the grid to fit our elements. If I had an element that wasn't on the grid where I wanted it, I could select it and then go in and click snap selected elements to the grid and see that it's snapped just that one because it's the only one I had selected. I can go to the wheels. I can change them to be just off, have new wheel control, or have them control the position and angle. I can move either sub-pixel or full pixel, have it rotate individual elements or the selection of them. I have to show what selection does. So if I had multiple fixtures selected here, and I did rotation, you see how it rotated all of those instead of just an individual fixture as we saw earlier. And we'll just set that back to individual elements. If we go into the options, see here it opens up our options menu. Here we go to the handle. We can set the handle paging to be locked, transparent lock, or locked. You can set our key profile for it. If we go down to our elements and we go ahead and zoom in, we see that we turn our angle arrow on or off. We have it show the dimmer level or not. You can hide the mimic, so it would be the color and the gobo. Or you can have it either hide or show the user number. If we go back to our layout, and here we can set a background image if we want. This could be, maybe just a background image that you want, or maybe a picture of the plot. So if we go in here, we go to tap to set, and we go ahead and click on the folder icon. We could just draw in here if we wanted to, or we could choose from an existing icon. We could click our folder icon here and go either to our local hard drive, since I'm using a Titan Mobile, or we can go to our thumb drive I happen to have plugged in, and I'm going to choose this one here, which was a image I took from my capture plot of this, and see that if we zoom out here, we'll click our zoom to fit, we can see to put my plot from capture in. And it's not quite fitting quite right, so we'll go ahead and click on the layout here and change our scaling mode from none to letterbox isn't quite right. Fill, actually that works about correctly right about there. We can set its opacity to have it either higher or lower, so we can set it to 25. See, it has it more ghosty, or we can set it to 80 and have it more dark. I like 75 though. I can either show the grid or hide the grid. And see, this can help us choose our fixtures in our layout even better than before. To remove an image, simply go back into our options again, and then click on it, and on our soft keys choose clear, and see that it removed it. But I kind of like it being there, so we'll put it there again. And again, we'll change its scaling. Just close this to make it easier to see. And fill was perfect for this one. And again, we can put other elements into our layout, so we don't have to have just fixtures in there. So if we couldn't unlock it, I could copy my playback into here if I wanted. And then if I relock it, I can then fire the playback by clicking on it and see that it sets my gobos and shows what my fixtures are doing. And if I make this so we can see capture at the same time here, we can see that it's actually running that playback. We can also see now that we have an effect running that if we zoom into our fixtures, we see that they have the yellow tilde showing us that we have a shape running. And if we could also select our same fixtures here, and if we were to go into shapes and effects, shape generator, create, dimmer, and we'll just do a dimmer saw, we see that now our dimmer level is in yellow, meaning that there's a dimmer shape running on these fixtures. I can also turn that playback off by clicking on it again and see that it turns it off. I can also copy groups into here. I can copy macros in, so if I move it here, so we get the macros I happen to have here, I can copy these two macros here and place them in my layout. And we'll go ahead and make this large again so we can actually see it. And see we now have those macros and that group in here, so we can select it. See this selected my floor spots. And let's do it again. We'll select our floor spots and it'll give them a locate. And you see if we go to our color, that it still shows the mimics. Also, again, after we have our layouts made, we can, if from layouts made, we can move or copy them to other places. So I could go ahead and click move from here and put it here. And or I could do it from here to here. Or if you have any executor buttons on your console, you can move it to them by clicking move in the executor key you want to. We can see here that if I click on my main rig now, it opens up my layout view for that one. Or if I click on back wall, it opens that one for us straight away also. Or our last one, our QPix. And we'll show doing the arrangement on this one and capture one more time also. Arrange elements from capture. And sales scale is about right for me, and we'll hit apply and exit. And now zoom to fit, and see that's about how our back wall actually looks on our fixtures. So we go ahead and select them all, and we'll make this smaller here. And we give them a locate. I'll go ahead and clear to get those out of the way. And we'll zoom to fit this again, and we'll lock it, and we'll select them all. And hit locate. And see that it has them arranged just like it does in our capture. This also allows you to do shapes and effects. I use this layout as the layout for your effect. So just to show that quickly, we'll go ahead and just select all of our figures in our layout. And then we'll go shapes and effects, keyframe shape, create. And we'll do our record mode as quick build. We'll just make some quick colors here. And then we'll do finish recording frames. And if we set our, it's a little bigger, a little easier to see here. I'll set our spread to be 4. I see that it follows the direction here, or if I change my direction, to now it's from top to bottom, or from inside out, or from center out. So you don't have to lay out your fixtures the second time, you can just use the layout view to handle your shapes and effects for layout. So that has been Freeform Layouts in version 16 of Titan. I hope you learned something. Join us on Facebook at Avolites US. Join us here next time. Please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.
Wheel stop.
Roger, wheel stop, Discovery. Welcome back. A great ending to the new beginning.